Hello and welcome to the Swing for Contact podcast. It is 18th and
Oh
I'm
my gosh.
24 hours away from being a homeowner. That's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
W investment.
We are about 10% of the way through the baseball season already, which feels kind of crazy because it feels like it just started, but also way too early for me to start hitting panic buttons on teams. Even though I have watched the Astros been swept 3 times, so that's awesome. I got Aiden Noah with me as always. Swept? Yeah, I don't know. Swept? I guess.
I feel like it's swept.
Yeah. I literally left school and sprinted here as fast as I could, so I'm a little slow to get my oxygen going, and words are hard sometimes. But that's why I'm going to pass the mic right now. Noah, hit me with that Royals take.
Man, let me tell y'all something about these little Kansas City Royals, bro. Everybody's like, we just don't think they have the pieces. And they might not still have all the pieces. They don't. I'll be the first one to say that. And yes, we're only about 19, 20, 21 games into the season. But by golly, they are a fun team to watch. Let me just throw down some stats for you real quick.
Hit it.
I feel like we were a little higher on them.
What?
I feel like we said they could be 2 if like the people got going because we liked the offseason additions. Like we liked their offseason.
I think we kind of all had them third.
No, brother. No, brother.
Did we all have 3?
Ramey said the Tigers. Tigers are doing all right.
I did say the Tigers.
Royals better.
Yeah, that's true. They're currently better. Hit me with those stats, though.
The Twins. I thought we were high on the Twins.
Yeah,
the Twins are 6-11. Twins are 6-11. A negative 20 run differential. Their last 10, they're 3-7, and they're on a 4-game losing streak. So Twins suck. Twins suck.
That IL for them is hurting.
Yeah. White Sox are worse than the damn. Sox are worse than the damn Athletics. I guess I'm gonna run down the AL Central. Cleveland Guardians, they're probably gonna win it, but Kansas City might come in and sneak in a wild card spot, just the way that, as of now, things are going in the American League.
That's true
for me, at least. But just some stats. You know, Salvador Perez last year he had kind of an off year, right?
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken.
A little down.
He's batting .324 with a .944 OPS. Right. Bobby Witt batting .321 with a .997 OPS, and then it's pretty mid throughout everybody else. But Nelson Velasquez, their DH, batting .293 with an .815 OPS. You're gonna win some ball games if you have, people putting up those numbers.
What's Pasquatch doing?
Pasquatch, he's hitting .262 with an .853 OPS.
Okay, 850, you take that?
Hell yeah, brother. So just a lot of good things going on for them right now. I know it's still early in the season, but it's a fun team to watch if your team's not watching, especially you, Ramey, since your team's absolutely awful.
Seth Lugo, another fun one for the Royals. Seth Lugo was a reliever for his whole career with like the Mets. Goes to the Padres for 1 year.
I didn't even look at pitching.
And then like he's made 3 starts. Has a 1.05 WHIP currently. A 1.05 ERA. So he's kind of killing it for them. Brady Singer's off to a good start. Cole Reagan's off to a good start. Even Michael Wacha's pitching really well for them. So they're rolling right now, man.
They've arguably had the best starting pitching in the league so far. If you don't mind, I'm gonna take a little like tactical timeout to talk about what just happened.
Tactical
Leote hit a double.
Okay.
Yeah, Leote hit a double, and then Marcus Semien hit a ball to the shortstop. It's in front of Leote. Leote decides I'm gonna run anyways.
Okay.
Then pulls a Josh Harrison, and while dropping below the defender, sweeps his leg out, trips the defender, gets to third, and then Seager hits a double play ball that becomes an error. So back on top.
Wait, what's the score of that game?
Rowdy Rangers.
It's 8-7 now. It was 7-7.
Okay, so it was 4-4 in the first, and now it's 8-7. Wow. All right.
Leote sort of made up for the 3 runs he added onto Jack Leiter's total in his debut.
The Royals too. You got that plus 40 run differential. That's the best in the American League. So
It's
I'm
far.
trying to tell you.
It's the
I
best.
said it.
It's the best in
I
major
said it.
leagues. So
I said it. I
That's what
said
they
it
say.
at the beginning of the year in our first podcast for this year. I said it. Or whenever we cover the AL Central, I said it.
you were a Royal believer. I remember.
We talked about the Royals a bit last year, and like I've hated their farm system. I hated the position they were in, and then they went out this offseason and they made a lot of moves, and that's like the only way they could have possibly turned it around, and it's worked out. Y'all know I've always been high on Bobby Witt. He's been the best hitter in baseball, other than maybe Ozuna from the Braves or Tyler O'Neill, the greatest opening day player of all time. It's good to see. I'm glad Bobby Witt's got some help over there because I know we all love Bobby,
Yeah.
Cass County legend. That
Legend.
isn't from Cass County.
He does. He does look like it.
No, it's good to see.
Yeah, so they're 12-7. The Guardians are 12-6. I'm still not really believing what the Guardians are selling right now. The Royals have, I don't know if, long term if they've got it for the whole year, but right now I like what they're doing. I think they've got a little bit better recipe for success than the Guardians, as weird as that sounds currently. But yeah, seeing the Royals and the Tigers both with over 10 wins is pretty cool, actually. I'm down with that. And you
I don't
got
know how. It's got to be it is the pitching, actually.
Oh, for sure.
It's got to be the pitching. It is the pitching.
Their
The
pitching's great
Tigers'
right now.
offense has been horrendous. Like the fact they're gonna switch back to the median. Like they're not gonna continue winning like this unless the offense does something. And you can put a stamp on that. I wanted to say something about Ethan Holiday. He made his debut, or Jackson Holiday made his debut. But I wanted to switch it over to talk about Ethan Holiday, who is like the 2025 #1 high school prospect.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all have seen this kid.
I haven't.
He's like he's 6'4", 205. #1 player in high school. Like someone, when he gets drafted, if he will get drafted out of high school, probably pretty high. If he goes to the MLB, like, I just think that's crazy. Having Jackson and then Ethan, like, within 3 years, both possibly being in the majors.
Jackson's kind of got off to a rough start, right? Like
he has, and that was the reason they didn't bring him up from the get-go. He had a really high strikeout rate in spring training when facing major league pitching. Everyone got pissed about it. Well, now he's technically the worst hitter of all time. He has a -100 OPS. Like it's a strikeout problem.
Jose Abreu might be able to give him a run for
He's a
that.
young kid.
Bro, he sucks.
Dude, have you seen the Twitter discourse over Jose Abreu?
I live it every day, so
I have somehow made my way to Astros Twitter. I don't know how. I don't go looking for it. I've been on Mets Twitter. I'm now on Astros. It's that part of the cycle.
well, it's whoever you're fighting with at the time, and so then the algorithm picks up that you're fighting with these people.
No, it's not even like that.
And...
It's not even like that. I don't know. I've never commented about the Mets or anything. Mets Twitter, and now of course Astros Twitter. I hate Houston Troll Squad. Bruce Bochy just got thrown out. Let's see.
I just watched that, bro.
What boat you get thrown out for? Hold on, I need a play-by-play on this.
Adolis hit I don't know if you could. Okay, it hit the ground and bounced really high, and they ended up calling it fair. And I have no clue what Bruce Bochy said in order to get thrown out. Like I don't know what he could have done. This umpire has been bad, though. I will say that.
So he hit a ball in fair territory. It bounced really high.
It bounced bounced really high past the bag. I guess he was arguing that it was foul when it crossed the bag or something.
Down the line. Okay, I'm with you.
Yeah, at third. And the third base umpire has been terrible today, like really bad. So I guess that he had a grievance with that. But like we were saying, like I said, Houston Troll Squad, we hate that guy. He's a scumbag.
We got some scumbags for sure.
No, that Houston Troll Squad is a Rangers guy.
Oh, I got you.
Yankees guy. I think it's actually a Rangers guy and a Yankees guy.
That's realistic.
He was making fun of this dude's dead aunt, and I was like, yeah, that's pretty crappy, man. And he's like, they've been making fun of us and holding them cheating over our heads for years. It's our turn now. And I was like, I don't think that's in the same category as making fun of his dead aunt, but okay. And
Also, I
so
just
that's been
want to point
happening.
out, like, again, just circling back to this whole thing, like 2020, the 2019-2020 off season, story breaks. MLB cracks down on all this stuff league wide, right? All the stuff goes in the dugouts, blah, 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 the live feeds. And 2020, 21, 22, and 23 all still correlate, like, as if nothing changed. And we're like, you want to take the first 3 years and throw them out the window, fine. That's your prerogative. But these people that are
I'm fine
like
with that.
the
One championship each.
the cheating dynasty or whatever, like, get the hell out of here, man. It is so
Is
it's
it a
such
dynasty?
a tired take.
That's got to be.
No, that's what
talked
people are
about.
saying though. Is like, oh, it's a cheating dynasty, so therefore, like, it's like,
My thing is, even if
stop.
like just ignore the cheating,
Stop.
is it a dynasty? What do we consider a dynasty?
I mean, let's put it this
I
way.
feel like you got to win that third.
I'm
like-
with you. I personally would say you need 3, like in a
Okay.
time span. But I do think it's also really impressive when you look at it from like since 2015.
Oh, it's insane. It's stupid.
Since
The run that
2015,
y'all went on.
like, it's 9 years. You've either won or lost the World Series champion 8 out of the 9 years. And so, like,
What is under a dynasty? Because I feel like it's right under a dynasty. Like, and all it takes is
Empire?
one more win.
I don't know.
All it takes is them winning that game against the Nationals.
Yeah,
Like
A
one home
cheat
game.
history. A cheat history.
thank you, Noah,
But-
for your
You're welcome.
eloquent just bashing on baseball.
Okay, yeah, I hate Houston and all
But
the
anyways.
Mexicans down there. But anyways,
You're Mexican.
so
Jose Abreu, why does he suck? And what are the Astros gonna do with that?
He's old, man. Like, he can't catch up to the fastball. He can't see the fastball.
He was old when y'all signed him.
I know. Listen,
Dude,
I thought last
Twitter is
year
so
was gonna be
funny.
next year. I thought it, like, what we saw last year was gonna be the last year. This like 19 million a year thing. I was gonna be like, you know what? As long as we get a decent first 2 years, I can live with that third year being awful. But this is so bad. It is so bad. It's the worst signing, I think, in Houston history because of
He's
how
not
it's
a
played out.
positive anything.
Nothing.
he has a ponytail beard. That's pretty cool.
That's terrible. That is not pretty cool.
It's about all he has going
Hold
for him,
on.
though.
Wait,
That-
Noah, hold on. Timeout. Tactical timeout for me now. You have a quick throwaway. I hate all the Mexicans in Houston. That's your words, not mine. And then you immediately say he's got a cool ponytail beard for our Cuban first baseman.
He's not Mexican. he's
remember-
Cuban.
Okay.
I don't know. Ravi
Just wanna
said those
clarify.
are his words.
I just want to clarify.
I remember once we asked Ravi if he was racist, and he said, "I hate all races, white included."
I hate everybody. Like, I don't know what you want from me. I don't like any
All
of
right,
you.
so moving
Cool.
on. I guess we could highlight just some hitting and pitching stats throughout the whole league.
Yeah, hit me.
We'll keep it to our teams, I guess, and teams
we don't have to.
Well, Astros are tied for third in the league in the hitting category.
Honestly, some of the
Um,
offense has been pretty good. Yeah, that's
Yeah, yeah. And I will say this until the end of time: Yordan Alvarez is the scariest hitter to face in the league. He is more than Shohei, more than Mike Trout. It's a fact.
I don't know, man.
Alright.
Those guys have like a three-way ownership over us. I feel like anytime Shohei had a chance to tie or do something in the game, it was going.
Well, Yordan put the fear of God into me in the ALCS because
Well,
literally the way he stares at you, it's like it's just scary.
It's
I
them,
don't
it's
know.
them Cuban roids, man, or Dominican.
Anyways,
roids, I don't know.
The
the water.
Rangers offense have kind of been very stagnant for a couple of games.
Which is weird. They're like top of the league in a lot of stats, but they are not hitting the ball
Yeah.
hard.
They
Hey,
are at the moment.
Calm yourself a little bit.
Sorry.
That's like your third
I'm
time.
not. This is picking up a lot higher than it should be.
The Rangers are tied for 16th in the league in hitting. behind the Mets.
Oh,
Yeah. Mets have kind of turned it on a little bit though.
yeah.
They're not
That's
playing
their pitching,
bad.
They're 10-3, I think, since April 14th. Wait, not 14th, April 14th. Sorry, since April 4th, I believe.
Their pitching has been
They went and won like 4 series in a row or something like that, right? After that horrendous start.
Yeah, and then the Royals are 7th in the league. Obviously, you've got your Orioles, Dodgers, and Red Sox, top 3, and then in pitching, you got your Red Sox and Royals, and Ramey's Tigers. And then if you scroll all the way down to the bottom of the list, you have the Houston Astros at number 29, just beating the Colorado Rockies by a little bit.
That 80 million IL is really hurting.
Yeah.
no
Yeah,
excuses.
even when your
Not
ace
making an
gets
excuse.
pieced up,
Just
even when
saying.
your ace gets pieced up by a double-A team. Anyways, Rangers are at number 15 right
You
now.
want to go look at every rehab started in baseball last year? We can compare notes.
We didn't have a pitcher have a rehab start.
I'm just saying. Jacob deGrom isn't giving up 7.
He would never let that happen.
His double-A. He had double-A teams tweeting about him in fear. I don't know if y'all remember that a couple years ago.
Yeah, Oakland Athletics, number 9 in the league in pitching.
Love it.
I love it. They're fun team to watch.
That's a guy. Like this
all-star.
I looked at his stats the other day because I was like, why is he doing so well? He has survived in Oakland for like 7 years, like with a mid-4 ERA. How has he not been traded or something? Like I really don't get that.
Because
he's going to get traded this year. It's going to happen this year.
He's an unrestricted free agent at the end of this year, I think, so he'll probably get traded.
I've fallen in love with Mason Miller. Ever since he pitched against us, 103.
Easy.
Just
like he doesn't look like he's like struggling to hit it. Like it's easy.
It is sexy. It's sexy.
Yeah, he's not getting traded.
Paul?
Oakland's gonna. Dude, I would give up a lot to get Mason Miller.
Oh, Mason Miller. Yeah, I wouldn't expect him to be traded anytime soon.
I don't think he'd be traded, though.
As long as he's on league minimum, he's not going anywhere.
They're going to wait until he's on the last year of roster control.
Yes.
And then trade him for, like, a bag of chips and, like, 43-year-old Chris Sale from the Braves, if Sale's still there. It's something like that.
Yeah, what Chris Sale signed, like, what, a 6-year extension? So I guess that's possible.
I don't even know, to be honest with you.
Or he still had like 2 years left and then signed like an extension on top of his 2 years, something like that. Like it's possible that might actually end up happening. A bag of chips and Chris Sale.
43-year-old Chris Sale to be exact.
Chris Sale. We mentioned the Tigers pitching a little bit, and you know if this is a little too nerdy for us, I will gladly not go too far into it. But I wanted to talk about Skubal for a second. And some other pitchers.
Dumbass name.
Nah, that's hard. That's got aura.
I still don't know if it's Tariq or Tariq. I think it's Tariq.
It's Tariq.
Tariq? That's what it is?
Tariq.
Confirmed?
He's got a little black in him. Yeah, it's Tariq.
Well, he has kind of adapted some of his pitches a little bit from the last couple of years. He abandoned the split finger, which was all the rage the last couple of years, especially with some of the like Senga coming over and some of the Japanese import pitching wise, like splitters have become huge. And we're going to talk about Gossman and Eovaldi here in a second too, because they've obviously kind of matched the split finger. But Skubal's splitter was not picking up, and so he adapted his changeup some. And one of the things that I think is really fascinating about him, he's a big steam shifted wake person, which I don't know if you guys really know what that means, but basically,
yeah, I do. But explain it for Noah. Yeah.
Simply, like there's a smooth side of your baseball where the horseshoes are happening, right? And then there's laces that are moving, And so the idea is to, when your ball is positioned in your hand or it's coming out of your hand, that you're setting a smooth side to the batter, and then the seams are, as they're moving through the air, it's changing the way that the ball actually rotates by the time it gets to the plate. So there's like what's spinning out of the hand, like a four-seam fastball is spinning here, right? A curveball, a 12-6 is spinning here. Sliders are happening around that dot. And so the idea is on that seam shifted wake stuff that there's a smooth side and then a rough side, changing the way it moves through the air. And what's really cool about Skubal this year compared to previous years, and I think one of the reasons why some of these other guys have been so dirty this year with it, is that his changeup is coming out with a spin from his hand here. It's spinning like this out of his hand. But as it's going to the plate, it's becoming there. So it's changing its movement pattern sideways as it's traveling, because he's getting that smooth side to sit on the batter, and then it's changing as it's going. So like the ball's coming out of his hand at 11 o'clock, but by the time it's actually observed at the plate, it's down to like 9:30 o'clock, 9:30, 10 o'clock, like on the clock face. And his slider is starting at that same kind of like vertical angle. It's like 1 o'clock on his slider, which is very close to his fastball. And then his slider at the plate is becoming like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Like it's a whole little spectrum happening. So everything out of his hand, because he's a lefty, so everything out of his hand is coming out like at 11, but then his slider is happening here, his changeup is happening here, and his fastball is staying on top. But everything coming out rotationally is the exact same. So like tunneling, everyone knows what tunneling is, but the way that he's getting the seam shifted wake stuff happening in his pitches, like his, I'm going to put a picture of it up, but it's kind of nuts how everything is positioned at the exact same point on spin-based movement, and then the observed movement is all over the place. I think that's what's really carrying him right now. I feel like a lot of people are throwing more changeups this year. I feel like last year was a big split finger rise, and now this year I've seen way more changeups, or like changeup development, or people changing the grips on their changeups lately. A Kirby?
My goat.
Okay.
Kirby Yates.
Oh, Kirby Yates. You just
Him.
get the save?
Nah, he just gotta save Leclerc from being terrible.
Gotcha. We mentioned how bad the Astros have been pitching wise, but like the one bright spot's been the rookie Ronel Blanco. And like when he threw
I can't wait
his
till he
no
finds out
hitter,
his changeup.
when he threw his no hitter, he got all of his strikeouts on the changeup.
It's not doing it.
Didn't do it that time. His curveball has been kind of awful, but his changeup, same kind of mindset with his stuff. His fastball and his slider and his changeup are all hitting here, but then his slider's hitting all the way across and his changeup's hitting all the way down. So everything out of his hand, here, and then the off speed and braking are both falling in different directions. And I think that's what's led to a lot of his success early on. And so some of those pitchers that are really taking advantage of the seam movements, the split seam mechanics, how the ball's coming out of their hand and finding that smooth side, I think it's just really interesting. I don't know why that stuff interests me so much. The split finger guys like Eovaldi, I'm looking at his movement out of his hand. His fastball split finger all comes out at about 2 o'clock because he's got a little bit lower that arm spot. And
his
then
is crazy.
His split finger's coming out of his hand initially here, and then by the time it gets to the plate, it's all the way down, tumbling to here. Like it's a full quarter of a clock movement on his split finger. But it's coming out at the exact same movement out of his hand as his fastball. And then because he's fastball curveball, his curveball is the exact opposite on the clock. So his fastball's coming out here, and his curveball's coming out the exact opposite way. His splitter's coming out the same, fastball's coming out the same, and then it just drops off the movement because of that seam shifted stuff. And Senga is the exact same way. Gothman's the exact same way. So like the three guys that are like known for their splitters, they're mixing that stuff in so well. I think it'd be nuts if
Rest in
Gothman added a
peace.
curve. To who?
I miss Singham, man. Gone too soon.
He'll be back. He'll be fine. And then I wanted to give one more shout out. I think you guys will appreciate it because it's to my ALCS 23 MVP, Josh Spores. Looking at his pitches so far this season, his 2024 season, his fastball and slider coming out at the exact same movement angle. And then his slider, by the time he gets to the plate, is all the way over here. Like it's going from 1 o'clock all the way down to 10 across the clock face. Like it, to me, that's what makes him so crazy is that his slider literally goes anywhere between 11 and like 9 o'clock on the
It's technically a slider, but it's really just a hard curveball. Like when you watch it, it's basically just a hard curveball.
Well, he's got another, like he has a curveball on here that has
he
opposite
also has a
movement.
curveball.
Yeah.
Like it's,
and so the fact that he's able to get that same movement out of the hand as his fastball and his slider, and then immediately have it change to over here, that's insane to me.
We need him back bad.
And then you look at the way, like currently this year, he's kind of left the slider over the middle of the plate, which is not great.
That's what he usually does. He usually throws the slider just right down the pecker hole, man. Like
it's been hot, pitch, right in the middle.
First pitch, Josh Spore slider will never land anywhere but the middle of the plate, and they never swing at it. Like it's just
So far, I mean, as of right now, I mean, it's kind of been okay. Hard hit percentages and WOBAs are all in the dirt for him, so it's all working out. But I just think
he's also been dead for like 8 days now.
Yeah, he's only thrown like what, 4 innings?
They said he was only going to spend 15 days on IL. I've completely forgot when that started. Did he just hit his first home run? Nope, pop up.
But anyway, the seam shifted wake stuff, I've been really into it because I think the changeups across the board in Major League Baseball are going up this year. Last year it was the split finger, which I thought was awesome. And then this year it seems to be like really good changeups carrying pitchers. And so I just think it's interesting in those trends. 2019, yeah, we're getting close. 2019, high fastball, 12-6 curveball was all the rage. And then it became sinker slider. And then it went fastball down the middle, splitter out of the zone, and now it's becoming fastball, slider, changeup. And it's just the pitching trends are always interesting to me. So that's really all I wanted to bring up. Noah, you got anything?
What is a niche, Noah? I'm a little curious on that.
You know what it means. Anyways. All right. Anything else from anybody else?
Anything else from anybody else? Not for me. I'm good. I nerded out.
All right.
Noah's not invited to the hoop sesh, so Ramy, if you want to show up.
It's okay.
AMS,
I upgraded from AMS to LA Fitness.
I gotta go.
I was balling on all the jits last night. Anyways, Ramy has to go sign papers.
That's true.
He's gonna get his key. He's gonna go to Gringos to go celebrate with Belichick and
value menu, of course. Don't be careful.
So, anyways, all right. Thank you guys for watching another episode. We appreciate it. We might get copyright infringement because Aiden has a game on in the back of his thing, but we'll see. MLB, don't come after us, and if you do, we'll come back 10 times harder. That's what she said. Anyways, all right. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.
It hates Ramy now.